In the midst of our chaotic lives, where every disagreement feels like a battle we must win, there's an ancient wisdom that offers a different path. Imagine navigating conflicts with the serenity of a Stoic philosopher, transforming heated arguments into opportunities for peace and understanding. Today we'll explore 13 powerful Stoic strategies to defeat your enemies without ever raising your voice. From the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we'll uncover timeless techniques to master your emotions and achieve true victory. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. Don't skip any part of the video, as these insights can truly transform the way you face life's challenges, bringing you inner peace and stronger relationships. Stay tuned to learn how Stoicism can change your life. Number 1. Delve into the depths of your adversary. To truly navigate conflict like a Stoic, the first step is to delve into the depths of your adversary. This isn't about prying into their personal life, but rather understanding their motivations, fears, and perspectives. Think about it like this. When Marcus Aurelius advised us to look beneath the surface, he was encouraging us to see beyond the immediate anger and frustration. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause and consider what might be driving the other person's actions. For instance, during a heated debate, it's easy to focus on the words being said rather than the underlying emotions. But by practicing Stoic empathy, you shift your focus from the external to the internal. Ask yourself, why is this person so upset? What past experiences might be influencing their behavior? Epictetus reminds us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By applying this principle, you can start to see the situation from their point of view. Imagine standing at the edge of a furious river, with rapids churning wildly. A Stoic would tell you to look beneath the surface, to understand the currents below. In the same way, understanding your adversary means looking past their immediate actions to the deeper issues at play. This might involve asking open-ended questions that invite them to share more about their feelings and experiences. Questions like, what brought you to this point? Or what are your underlying concerns? Can open up a dialogue that goes beyond surface-level conflict. By investigating their motivations, you not only gain a better understanding of their perspective, but also create an opportunity for empathy. Seneca taught that empathy is not about agreeing with someone, but about comprehending their viewpoint. This deeper understanding can lead to more thoughtful and effective responses, turning potential battles into opportunities for connection and resolution. This practice of delving into the depths is not just beneficial for understanding others, but also for self-reflection. By exploring the underlying reasons for your own reactions, you can identify your triggers and work towards managing them better. This dual approach of understanding both your adversary and yourself aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving inner peace and emotional resilience. Number 2. Choose your battles wisely. Seneca emphasized that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. This simple yet powerful advice encourages us to pause before reacting, giving ourselves the necessary space to evaluate the situation objectively. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to let emotions cloud our judgment, but by taking a step back, we can determine whether the conflict is truly worth our time and energy. This pause allows us to ask ourselves critical questions. Is this battle essential to my values and well-being? Will engaging in this conflict bring about a meaningful outcome? Imagine being faced with a myriad of potential battles, much like a vast battleground. Each conflict represents a potential drain on your emotional and mental resources. By choosing your battles wisely, you conserve your strength for those issues that genuinely matter. This approach aligns with Epictetus's teaching that we should focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Many conflicts are minor irritations that don't significantly impact our lives. By not engaging in these trivial disputes, we protect our peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the power of letting go. He teaches that it is often enough to hold your tongue and let things pass. This principle is particularly relevant in situations where the conflict is based on minor slights or misunderstandings. By choosing not to react, we maintain our inner tranquility and avoid escalating the situation. It's a practice of self-discipline and humility, recognizing that not every perceived offense warrants a response. Analyzing the potential outcomes of a conflict can help in deciding whether to engage. Every argument has its costs, whether emotional, relational, or even physical. Performing a cost-benefit analysis can be incredibly enlightening. Ask yourself, what do I stand to gain from this battle? Is the potential reward worth the emotional toll it will take on me? Often, you'll find that the price of engagement far outweighs the benefits, leading you to a more peaceful resolution simply by walking away. Number 3. Speak with calm and clarity. When emotions run high, it's easy to let our words become weapons, hurling accusations and insults that only escalate the conflict. But a true Stoic approach demands that we remain composed, choosing our words carefully to promote understanding and resolution rather than discord. This begins with the practice of active listening. Instead of simply waiting for your turn to speak, focus intently on what the other person is saying. By listening without interruption, you show respect and a genuine desire to understand their perspective. This not only helps to diffuse tension, but also creates a space where meaningful dialogue can occur. Seneca emphasized the importance of clear, rational communication. When you speak, use I statements to express your feelings and needs without placing blame. For instance, saying, "I feel hurt when this happens," is much more constructive than "you always do this." This approach reduces defensiveness in your counterpart, making it easier for them to hear and understand your point of view. It's a way of asserting your needs without resorting to aggression. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the power of keeping a composed demeanor. In his meditations, he reflected on the significance of remaining calm in the face of adversity. By maintaining a steady and assured tone, you convey confidence and control, which can help to calm the other party as well. This doesn't mean being passive or submissive, but rather standing firm in your principles with a gentle and composed demeanor. Another key aspect of speaking with calm and clarity is the ability to remain focused on solutions rather than problems. Instead of fixating on what's wrong, direct the conversation towards finding mutually beneficial resolutions. Ask questions like, "What can we do to address this issue together?" This shifts the dynamic from adversarial to cooperative, aligning both parties towards a common goal. Epictetus taught that our reactions are within our control. By choosing to respond with calmness and clarity, you take control of the narrative. When faced with hostility or criticism, take a moment to breathe and center yourself before responding. This pause allows you to gather your thoughts and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Incorporating humor appropriately can also be a powerful tool to lighten the atmosphere and create a more relaxed environment for discussion. However, it's crucial to ensure that the humor is inclusive and not at the expense of the other person. Light-hearted jokes or self-deprecating humor can demonstrate humility and willingness to find common ground. Number 4. Seek the shared path. The Stoics believed that beneath the surface of every disagreement, There are shared values and goals that can unite even the most opposing sides. By focusing on these commonalities, you can transform conflict into cooperation. Think of it like climbing a mountain. At first, it seems like you and your adversary are on completely different paths, each striving for separate peaks. However, as you both ascend, you begin to notice that your paths converge towards a shared summit. This metaphor perfectly encapsulates the Stoic approach to conflict resolution. Instead of fixating on differences, seek out the points where your paths align. Start by reframing the conflict from a me versus you scenario to a we scenario. This subtle shift in perspective can work wonders. It's about seeing the disagreement as a joint problem to solve rather than a battle to win. Ask yourself and the other person, what are our shared goals? What common outcomes do we both desire? By identifying these mutual objectives, you set the stage for a more collaborative and less confrontational dialogue. Stoic wisdom teaches us to look deeper than the superficial issues at hand. Often, what appears to be a conflict of interests is actually a clash of unfulfilled needs. For example, a heated argument over work responsibilities might stem from underlying needs for recognition and respect. By addressing these deeper needs, you can find solutions that satisfy both parties. This approach not only resolves the immediate conflict, but also strengthens the relationship by building empathy and understanding. In seeking the shared path, it's also essential to practice active listening. This means genuinely paying attention to the other person's words, tone, and body language without planning your response while they're speaking. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of understanding others and seeing the world through their eyes. By truly listening, you show respect and willingness to understand their perspective, which can open the door to finding common ground. Once you've identified shared goals and listened empathetically, work together to brainstorm solutions. Focus on finding win-win outcomes where both parties feel their needs are met. This collaborative problem-solving not only resolves the current conflict, but also fosters a sense of teamwork and mutual respect. It's about moving from a place of opposition to a place of cooperation. Patience and persistence are key. Finding the shared path isn't always easy and may require several attempts. Be prepared to take small steps and celebrate minor agreements. These small victories build momentum and trust, making it easier to tackle more significant issues down the line. Seeking the shared path is about fostering a mindset of unity rather than division. By focusing on common goals and values, actively listening, and working collaboratively towards solutions, you embody the Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, and justice. This approach not only helps in resolving conflicts, but also strengthens your relationships and brings you closer to achieving inner peace. Number 5. Appeal to their inner values. Think of it like trying to move a massive oak tree. You can't simply push it over. Instead, you must work with the natural forces that influence it, like wind and water. In the same way, rather than directly confronting someone's position, you can influence them by aligning with their deeply held beliefs and values. Start by understanding the landscape of their values. This requires careful observation and listening. Pay attention to what they say and do, and take note of what they praise or criticize. These clues will help you map out their value system. For instance, if they often talk about fairness and justice, these are likely important to them. Once you have a good sense of their values, identify where your goals and theirs intersect. Even if your positions seem opposed, there are usually underlying principles that both parties share. For example, both of you might value honesty, integrity, or mutual respect. Highlight these shared values in your discussions. This creates a sense of common purpose and builds a bridge of understanding. When presenting your arguments, use language that resonates with their values. This isn't about manipulation, but about genuine alignment. If you know that they value loyalty, frame your points in a way that shows how your perspective supports and upholds this value. This makes your arguments more compelling because they see that your solution aligns with their core beliefs. Marcus Aurelius taught that we should aim to live in harmony with nature, which includes human nature. By appealing to someone's inner values, you are essentially harmonizing with their nature. This approach reduces resistance and fosters a more collaborative atmosphere. It shows respect for their perspective and demonstrates that you are seeking a resolution that honors their principles. Another important aspect is to demonstrate through your actions how your proposed solution aligns with their values. Words are powerful, but actions are even more so. Show them through concrete examples and behaviors how your approach reflects the values they hold dear. This builds trust and credibility, making it easier for them to accept your viewpoint. It's also vital to maintain a tone of respect and empathy throughout the process. Even when you disagree, acknowledging the other person's values and showing a willingness to understand their perspective can de-escalate tensions and open the door to constructive dialogue. Stoicism teaches us that everyone has a unique perspective shaped by their experiences and values. By respecting this individuality, we can find common ground, even in the most challenging conflicts. Number 6. Using humor wisely in conflict resolution. Imagine you're walking a tightrope over a chasm of potential conflict. A well-placed joke can serve as a balancing pole, helping you navigate the precarious situation. However, this metaphorical tightrope requires careful footing. Humor can easily tip the balance if not used appropriately. The key is to ensure that humor lightens the atmosphere without belittling the other person or the seriousness of the discussion. First, it's essential to know your audience. What one person finds amusing, another might find offensive. This means being mindful of the other person's humor style and personality. Before cracking a joke, consider whether it will be received in the spirit it's intended. If you're unsure, it's better to err on the side of caution. Next, aim for humor that brings people together rather than divides them. Self-deprecating humor, where you gently poke fun at yourself, can be particularly effective. It shows humility and a willingness to admit your own faults, which can diffuse tension and make the other person more receptive. For instance, if you've made a mistake, a light-hearted comment about your own blunder can ease the mood and signal that you're not taking yourself too seriously. Timing is crucial in using humor. Introducing a joke at the wrong moment can backfire, making you seem insensitive or out of touch with the gravity of the situation. Pay attention to the emotional intensity of the conversation. If emotions are still running high, it might be wise to wait until things have calmed down a bit. A well-timed joke can act as a pressure release valve, but only if the atmosphere is receptive. Another important aspect is to avoid humor that targets the other person or makes light of their feelings. Sarcasm, in particular, can be dangerous territory. While it might seem witty, it often carries an undercurrent of hostility and can exacerbate the conflict. Instead, aim for humor that is inclusive and non-threatening, helping to build rapport rather than driving a wedge further between you. Remember the Stoic principle of control over your own actions and reactions. By choosing to use humor thoughtfully, you maintain control over the tone and direction of the conversation. This aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving peace and rationality in the face of adversity. Humor, when used wisely, can be a tool for maintaining this control, guiding the conversation towards a more amicable resolution. Incorporating humor into conflict resolution also requires a degree of self-awareness and flexibility. Be prepared to adjust your approach if your initial attempts at humor don't land as expected. The ability to pivot and try a different tactic is part of the art of effective communication. Number 7. Offer empathy. When you're in the midst of a conflict, the first step to offering empathy is to shift your focus from your own feelings to those of the other person. This requires an intentional effort to understand their emotions and the reasons behind them. It's about stepping into their shoes and viewing the situation from their perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but rather that you appreciate their viewpoint and the experiences that have shaped it. Active listening is a powerful way to demonstrate empathy. This involves giving your full attention to the speaker, not just hearing their words, but also paying attention to their body language, tone, and emotions. Avoid interrupting and resist the urge to immediately offer solutions or counter-arguments. Instead, acknowledge their feelings with statements like, "I understand that you're feeling frustrated," or "It sounds like this situation is really important to you." These affirmations show that you value their emotions and are genuinely interested in understanding them. Seneca taught that empathy is a path to understanding and mitigating our own responses. By focusing on the emotions of others, we can temper our reactions and approach conflicts with greater calm and rationality. This practice helps to build trust and open lines of communication, making it easier to find common ground and work towards a resolution. Another key aspect of offering empathy is validating the other person's experience. This involves recognizing the legitimacy of their feelings and the context behind them. For instance, if someone is angry because they feel unheard, acknowledging their need for recognition and respect can help de-escalate the situation. It's not about conceding the argument, but about showing respect for their emotional experience. Empathy also requires patience and humility. Conflicts often arise from deep-seated issues and cannot be resolved with quick fixes. Showing empathy means being willing to listen and engage in a dialogue over time, demonstrating that you are committed to understanding and addressing their concerns. Practicing empathy aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with others. Epictetus advised that we should strive to understand the behavior and motivations of those around us, seeing their actions as reflections of their nature and circumstances. By approaching conflicts with empathy, we create an environment where mutual respect and understanding can flourish. Moreover, offering empathy can be transformative for your own emotional state. It shifts the focus from self-centered reactions to a more compassionate and outward-looking perspective. This can reduce stress and foster a sense of connection and cooperation, even in challenging interactions. Number 8. Embrace the art of compromise. When we talk about compromise, we're not suggesting that you abandon your principles or give in to every demand. Rather, it's about finding solutions that respect both your needs and the needs of others. This approach is beautifully aligned with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. By identifying areas where you can be flexible, you pave the way for mutually beneficial outcomes. Start by reframing the conflict as a collaborative effort rather than a battle. This shift in perspective can help both parties move from an adversarial stance to a cooperative one. Think of it as working together to solve a problem rather than trying to defeat each other. This mindset is crucial for fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. Identify common objectives and shared values. Even in the most contentious disagreements, there are often underlying goals that both parties can agree on. For example, both sides might value fairness, respect, or a harmonious working environment. Highlighting these shared values can create a foundation for compromise. By focusing on what you have in common, you can build a bridge over the divide. Next, Prioritize your concerns. Not all aspects of a conflict are equally important. Determine which issues are non-negotiable for you and where you can afford to be more flexible. This prioritization allows you to concentrate on finding solutions for the most critical issues while being open to compromise on less significant points. It's a strategic way of conserving your energy for the battles that truly matter. Epictetus advised us to wish for things to happen as they do, rather than as we would like them to. This Stoic wisdom reminds us to accept the reality of the situation and work within its constraints. Compromise is often about accepting that you won't get everything you want, but finding satisfaction in a solution that meets enough of your needs to be acceptable. Engage in open and honest communication. Clearly express your needs and listen to the needs of the other person. Use I statements to communicate your feelings and needs without assigning blame. For instance, saying, "I need to feel respected in this situation," is more constructive than "you are disrespecting me." This approach fosters a more productive dialogue and helps prevent the conversation from becoming accusatory. Be willing to explore creative solutions. Sometimes the best compromises come from thinking outside the box and finding alternatives that hadn't been considered before. This requires a willingness to brainstorm and collaborate on finding new ways to satisfy both parties' needs. Patience is also key in the art of compromise. Realize that reaching a compromise may take time and multiple discussions. Be prepared for setbacks and remain committed to finding a resolution. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of patience and persistence in achieving one's goals. By embodying these qualities, you can navigate the path to compromise more effectively. Number 9. Seek external aid without shame. Imagine being tangled in a dense thicket with branches and thorns blocking your path. No matter how hard you try, progress seems impossible. In such situations, a Stoic would not hesitate to seek help. Similarly, in conflicts where communication breaks down and a resolution seems out of reach, turning to an impartial third party can be incredibly beneficial. This might be a mediator, counselor, or trusted friend who can offer a fresh perspective and facilitate constructive dialogue. One of the primary benefits of seeking external aid is the objectivity that an outsider can bring. When you're deeply involved in a conflict, emotions can cloud your judgment, making it difficult to see the situation clearly. An impartial mediator can help untangle these emotional knots, providing a clearer view of the issues at hand. They can guide the conversation, ensuring that both sides are heard and understood, which is essential for reaching a resolution. The Stoic approach to seeking help is grounded in the belief that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a larger community. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the interconnectedness of all people, emphasizing that we should support one another. By seeking external aid, you acknowledge this interconnectedness and demonstrate a commitment to finding a solution that benefits everyone involved. Another advantage of involving a third party is their expertise in conflict resolution. Many mediators and counselors are trained in techniques that facilitate effective communication and problem solving. They can provide tools and strategies that you might not have considered, helping to bridge gaps and foster understanding. This expertise can be invaluable in navigating complex conflicts and finding creative solutions. Seeking help also shows a willingness to grow and learn. It requires humility to admit that you don't have all the answers and that someone else might be able to assist you. This humility is a core Stoic virtue, reflecting a deep understanding of one's limitations and the value of continuous self-improvement. By seeking external aid, you are not only working towards resolving the current conflict, but also developing skills and insights that will serve you in future challenges. Importantly, Seeking external aid is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom and strength. It takes courage to reach out and ask for help, especially in a society that often values self-reliance and individualism. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies in recognizing our interconnectedness and leveraging the support of others to achieve our goals. Number 10. Forgiveness. When we talk about forgiveness in a Stoic context, it's essential to understand that it's not about condoning harmful behavior or forgetting past wrongs. Instead, it's about choosing to let go of the emotional burden that these events impose on us. Imagine being shackled to a heavy rock, its weight dragging you down and piercing your flesh. Forgiveness is the key that releases those shackles, allowing you to move forward unencumbered. Start by acknowledging the impact that holding on to anger has on your well-being. Anger and resentment consume your mental and emotional energy, often leading to stress, anxiety, and a lack of inner peace. Recognize that forgiving is a way to reclaim this energy and redirect it towards positive and productive pursuits. It's an act of self-care that prioritizes your health and happiness over past grievances. Next, practice empathy and perspective-taking. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of understanding others' actions and the circumstances that drive them. By putting yourself in the shoes of those who have wronged you, you may gain insight into their behavior and motivations. This doesn't excuse their actions, but helps you see them as fallible humans rather than villains. This shift in perspective can soften the intensity of your anger and make forgiveness more attainable. Forgiveness also involves letting go, but not forgetting. It's about releasing the emotional charge of past events while retaining the lessons learned. These experiences shape who you are and provide valuable insights into your values and boundaries. By holding on to the lessons rather than the pain, you can grow and become more resilient. The process of forgiveness can be active and ongoing. It's not a one-time event, but a continuous practice of releasing negative emotions whenever they arise. Techniques such as journaling, mindfulness, and meditation can be helpful tools in this process. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can provide clarity and a sense of release, while mindfulness practices help you stay present and grounded. Another critical aspect is self-forgiveness. Often, we are hardest on ourselves, holding on to guilt and regret for our past actions. The Stoics taught that everyone makes mistakes, and that self-compassion is crucial for personal growth. Forgiving yourself is about acknowledging your imperfections, learning from your errors, and moving forward with a commitment to do better. Remember that forgiveness is an act of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to let go of hurt and anger and to choose peace over conflict. By practicing forgiveness, you align with the Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, and self-control. You demonstrate an understanding that true power lies in mastering your emotions and maintaining inner tranquility. Number 11. Growth from ashes of conflict. Think of the mythical phoenix that rises from its own ashes, stronger and wiser than before. Similarly, Stoics encourage us to rise from the ashes of our conflicts, using them as opportunities to become better versions of ourselves. The first step in this process is to adopt a mindset of learning. Instead of seeing conflicts as purely negative experiences, reframe them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Ask yourself what lessons you can learn from the situation and how it can help you become more resilient and wise. Reflection is a key component of this growth process. Take time to analyze the conflict and your role in it. What triggered the disagreement? How did you react? And what could you have done differently? This introspection aligns with the Stoic practice of self-examination, as Marcus Aurelius often wrote about in his meditations. By understanding your actions and emotions, you can identify patterns and triggers that need addressing, paving the way for personal improvement. It's also important to practice self-compassion during this reflective process. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes and that conflicts are a natural part of human interaction. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what is within our control and accept what is not. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control your reactions and learn from your experiences. By being kind to yourself and acknowledging your efforts to grow, you create a positive environment for continuous self-improvement. Once you've reflected on the conflict, set specific, actionable goals for personal growth. This might involve improving your communication skills, developing greater emotional intelligence, or learning to manage your stress more effectively. The Stoics believed in the importance of practical wisdom, or phronesis, which involves applying philosophical insights to everyday life. By setting and working towards these goals, you turn abstract reflections into concrete actions that foster growth. Engaging with others and seeking feedback is another valuable aspect of growing from conflict. Discuss your reflections and goals with trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues who can provide insights and support. Their perspectives can offer new angles on the conflict and help you see aspects you might have missed. This collaborative approach not only enhances your personal growth, but also strengthens your relationships, as it demonstrates a commitment to improving and learning from your interactions. Patience and perseverance are essential in this journey of growth. Personal development is a gradual process that requires time and effort. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be patient and persistent, understanding that true change doesn't happen overnight. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and stay committed to your path of self-improvement. Number 12. Setting boundaries. To start, it's important to understand your inner values and needs. Reflect on what matters most to you and what behaviors you find unacceptable. This self-awareness is the foundation for establishing effective boundaries. For instance, if you value honesty and find deceit intolerable, make it clear in your relationships that honesty is non-negotiable. This clarity helps you communicate your boundaries assertively and confidently. Communicating your boundaries requires clarity and respect. Use I statements to express your needs without blaming or criticizing others. For example, instead of saying, "You're always disrespectful," you might say, "I feel disrespected when my opinions are dismissed." This approach focuses on your feelings and needs, making it easier for others to understand and respect your boundaries. Consistency is key when it comes to enforcing boundaries. Once you've set a boundary, it's important to stick to it, even if it's challenging. This consistency not only reinforces the boundary, but also shows others that you're serious about your needs. If someone crosses your boundary, address it immediately and calmly, reminding them of your previously stated limits. This reinforces the boundary and helps prevent future violations. Setting boundaries also involves anticipating resistance. Not everyone will be happy with your boundaries, and some may push back. Be prepared to assert your boundaries firmly but respectfully. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. By standing firm in your boundaries, you demonstrate self-respect and integrity, qualities highly valued by the Stoics. It's important to remember that boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines that help maintain healthy interactions, not barriers that isolate you from others. Boundaries can evolve and adapt as relationships grow and change. Being open to renegotiating boundaries when necessary can strengthen relationships and foster mutual respect. This flexibility, however, should not come at the expense of your core values and needs. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of boundaries for self-care. Protecting your time, energy, and emotional health is crucial for living a balanced and fulfilling life. By setting boundaries, you ensure that you have the space and resources to take care of yourself, which in turn enables you to engage more meaningfully with others. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of maintaining harmony within oneself and in interactions with others. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It's about recognizing your worth and ensuring that your needs are met. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-respect and living in accordance with one's values. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you honor yourself and create a life that reflects your principles and aspirations. Number 13. Remember, you control your reactions. In life, we often encounter situations that are beyond our control, other people's actions, unexpected challenges, and random events. While we can't control these external factors, we can control how we respond to them. Consider this. You're caught in a sudden storm, with wind and rain battering you from all sides. While you can't stop the storm, you can decide how to weather it. Similarly, in moments of conflict or stress, our power lies in choosing our reactions. This perspective shift is liberating because it places the focus on what we can manage, our own mindset and actions, rather than on the unpredictable external world. To begin controlling your reactions, the first step is awareness. Notice when you start to feel a surge of emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, or anxiety. This is a signal to pause and take a deep breath. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to create space between stimulus and response. This pause allows you to assess the situation calmly and choose a thoughtful reaction rather than an impulsive one. Shifting your perspective is another powerful tool. Epictetus taught that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of those events. By re-evaluating your initial judgment, you can often find a more balanced and less emotionally charged perspective. Ask yourself questions like, is this really as bad as it seems? Or, what can I learn from this situation? This practice helps to diminish the emotional intensity and brings clarity. Choosing your reaction deliberately is the next step. Once you've created space and shifted your perspective, decide how you want to respond. Do you want to react with anger, or would calm and assertiveness serve you better? Would a measured, thoughtful response be more effective than a hasty, emotional one? Remember, reacting with composure and clarity often lead with calmness and clarity. You create an environment of respect and understanding. Others are more likely to reciprocate this behavior, leading to more constructive and positive interactions. Remember, true strength lies not in conquering others, but in mastering yourself. By embracing the wisdom of the Stoics, you transform conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. Thank you for being a part of Stoic Journal. Don't forget to watch one of the suggested videos on the screen to continue your journey towards inner peace and resilience. Your support and commitment to this path are truly appreciated.